Welcome to Betterhalfbets. We just got married last week in Kansas City, and now we're in Aruba, and this is how we're spending our honeymoon. Sponsored by our first NIL deal that we'd like to get is espresso martinis.
No free ads, but yes, espresso martinis
no free ads,
would be exactly what we want.
Espresso martinis, sponsor us. This is what's getting us through.
Any espresso martini company, we won't choose.
I don't think there's companies.
Well, there are, I'm sure. I am Connor Hill. This is...
I'm officially Brooke Lansford, unofficially Brooke Hill.
She's Brooke Hill. Don't let her do this. She loves her last name. She hates my last name.
Well, officially, I'm still Brooke Lansford.
Well, but you are Brooke Hill.
Unofficially Brooke Hill.
You're Brooke Hill.
Unofficially
She's Brooke Hill. No, unofficially, she's Brooke Hill.
We'll be the Hills. We'll be Brooke Hill when we get back to the United States.
Anyways, this is the Betterhalfbets podcast. Little quick backstory about us. I play Division II basketball.
I play D3.
And we are completely washed up. We are the most average athletes. We know ball. She knows ball better than me. I had to take a break from sports gambling because I just lost, kept losing.
I take no breaks.
And she just kept winning, honestly.
Win or lose, we just keep rolling.
So, full disclosure, if you want to actually win money, probably listen to her. If you want to have a bunch of fun long shots, also listen to her.
Yeah,
but I will lose money on normal bets, so it's perfect. We're having fun. We're excited. This is the first episode, so there's going to be a lot. We're going to change. Obviously, we won't be in Aruba.
Maybe.
She'll always look this beautiful. I will never look this good again, so enjoy this first episode of the podcast. Should we get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. So, first game we're going to start off with, though, is Chiefs vs. Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, little background. Last weekend would have been the worst weekend of our lives if we didn't get married. Friday night, we had our rehearsal dinner, and we had the Chiefs games on the TVs. Don't know how they lost. I bet a ton of money on a bunch of different parlays for the Chiefs to win. So that was a good start to the weekend. Chiefs lost. Okay, so a little bit more background. We're obviously big Chiefs fans. I'm a big KU fan, and he's a huge Michigan football fan. So our weekend, we had the Chiefs lost to the Chargers, Michigan lost to Oklahoma, and then KU lost to Mizzou. So we would have had a shitty-ass weekend.
We went 0-3. What normally would have been the worst weekend for us, maybe of all time.
But luckily, we made a few bets and then forgot all about it.
Because we got married. We'll post some of our pictures in the link and the channel and this. We're just starting. We don't know how any of this works, but we'll definitely do that.
Yeah. But we can go back to the game. But we didn't watch much of the game.
We didn't watch much.
It was during our rehearsal dinner.
I'm listening to these talking heads, and basically everyone said Mahomes played good, everyone else didn't play good, so our Chiefs have a good chance of being pretty good.
So another thing about me, which I think we should let the viewers know.
Oh no!
I'm the biggest Chiefs fan in the world, and I'm also the biggest Nagy hater in the world. I want to bring back the enemy so bad, and I've been saying this for 3 years now that he's been back. Every single Chiefs game we go to, I start a Fire Nagy chant. Where's the enemy?
We are married. This does not mean my views are her views. We got a church and state thing going on. But
yeah, sorry. So I'm anti-Nagy, and every year I get my hopes up with the Chiefs. So before this year, we have all these conversations that this is going to be the best Chiefs team ever, and that we have all these offensive weapons, which granted are hurt. But I am the biggest sharp Kansas City fan out there because Nagy just sucks. The offense is never going to be good so long as we have Nagy, and that doesn't mean that we won't win Super Bowls, but we're wasting Mahomes by not having the enemy, and our offense sucks. If the Chiefs can't score 30 points, then what's the point?
We do not wish for coaches to get fired. People
yes,
lose
we
their
do.
job.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
She wishes for that. I don't. But I will say, since Mahomes lost the enemy, everyone always said Andy Reid just called plays. The enemy doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. Well, since we lost the enemy, Mahomes' regular season numbers are extremely down. That's a fact.
Yeah, it is a fact.
For some reason, nobody else seems to want to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We will talk.
I talk about it all the time.
It will be brought. We will score 45 points, and she'll say, "Well, we should score 52 because of this."
We haven't scored 45 points in 3 years.
It's just an example.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be an example of that happening.
Right.
We don't score 45 points anymore.
That's fair. All right. Chiefs are plus 1.5. They are plus 100 on the money line. This is via ESPN Sportsbook. We're not an ESPN Sportsbook, but it's right here is the first one on my phone.
And quick, no free, what's it called?
No free ads.
No free ads, but if anybody wants to start in a Rubens Sportsbook,
yes,
where are your people?
We have the casino. We're right by whatever the casino is. We're right by there. They have a sportsbook. Fantastic casino. Great workers. Great everything. We won a bunch of money there last night. By a bunch, I mean we were up about 700. Then basically a whole thing happened in blackjack where I was playing 2 hands and I got 2 8s and I doubled both, or I split both and I doubled all 4, and then I ended up having 19-20, 19-18, and the dealer 6-card flopped to a 21. Before that, Brooke had gotten 2 blackjacks in a row.
I've been waiting to tell this story.
Go ahead.
The vibe started bad. So we're on our honeymoon. We're in Aruba. Surely we're going to win money, right? The luck's going to be on our side. We go to the casino. We're literally played 4 hands. Maybe. And I get 2 blackjacks in a row. Connor had already run out of his money, so he took one of my chips. And we still did end up, after that happened, I thought we were going to lose our money within 10 minutes. We still did win a little bit of money.
When do I get to interject?
We were playing a little selfishly last
When do
time.
I get to interject?
Let's go to the Chiefs-Eagles game.
No, we're not there yet. Let me interject.
Go ahead.
We have this honeymoon. Obviously, our wedding helped us out to pay for it. And then Brooke, obviously, she paid a lot more, especially like this outfit. Like this whole thing's brand new. She got it for me. I didn't spend $1 on it. So she has spent way more money than I have on this whole honeymoon. I will be the first to admit that. But at the casino, I gave her a $100 bill and I had a $100 bill. And I said, let's see what happens. Well, obviously, I run out of money quicker than she did. Now we still have $520, so I don't use those $520s. I use $70 different dollars that's in my wallet. So I ended up using $170. She ended up using $100. Combined, we ended up walking out of there with $330. So we were up $160. So moral of the story is we ended up winning money.
All right, Chiefs-Eagles.
Now that we're here, Chiefs-Eagles.
Chiefs-Eagles.
I'll let you go first, honey.
What I think about the game?
Eagles are minus 1.5. Over under is 46.5. Chiefs to the money line is plus 100. They're completely even.
I'm gonna hammer the Chiefs.
Shocking.
I am a little delusional, but the Chiefs seem to also play up to this standard. There's just no way they're gonna start the season 0-2. They already took a bad loss. Had they won, I think I would have picked the Eagles to beat the Chiefs.
Well, maybe rationally, but you would never have actually.
No, I would have never actually put any
right.
money on that. But I think had they beat the Chargers, I could have seen the Eagles beating the Chiefs. There's just no way that the Chiefs start their season 0-2. The Eagles was it just last season that the Eagles beat the Chiefs at home, or was that 2 seasons ago?
Well, they beat them in the Super Bowl.
2 seasons ago.
Yes.
And when Sirianni did the whole
yelling
thing
at
to
the
the
fans,
crowd,
and then that's when the Chiefs got hot and ended up being the Niners.
So, but they already lost to the Chiefs at home, or they lost to the Eagles at home. They've already done that. I think there's just no way that the Chiefs go 0-2. I think Mahomes is good enough, despite everything else. I think Mahomes is good enough. Spags is good enough. I think they'll win. We don't know if Xavier Worthy's playing. That's a big piece of the Chiefs, but I just think you can bet your money on Mahomes not losing, starting off the season 0-2.
So, again, I think we would pick the Chiefs no matter what in this situation. But if you're taking if you're taking a smart gambler's head, you have Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, Spags. The whole group just lost week 1.
Yeah.
They are dogs at home. The Eagles, it's not like they look great against the Cowboys.
They didn't look good.
They didn't look good.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys are supposed to be down. They lost Micah, all that, whatever. So I think the smart play is the Chiefs. For the purposes of this show, are we only picking spread? We're working this out live, folks, so we have no idea. Are we only picking spreads, or like if we pick money line, like that counts as a bet? What do you want to do?
Well, Well, like if
So you could, but
yeah.
if you pick Chiefs plus 1.5 and Chiefs money line, you're 0-2.
That's fine.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
Sure.
Or we can just bet the spreads, but then
No,
also
that's
say we're betting money
spread's
line.
stupid. But do you get more points? Do you get more points when you get a? Like if I lose, I'm 0-2. But if I win,
You're 2-0.
am I
No.
like 3-0? Like
No,
do you get like a
no,
3
you
for
don't
2?
get juice for just
You don't
picking the
get
money line.
juice for
No
picking,
juice for picking the money
for
line.
picking underdogs.
So that's why I'm asking you if that's what you want to do. How do you want to do it? It's a pick show, so we can go either way. It's up to you. Right now, we have not talked about this.
Yeah, we're gonna do both because I don't care about my record. I care about making money.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you're like 1-3 with,
But I hit
with
Chiefs money line.
1 plus 800, but then
I'm
you're.
taking the Chiefs as dogs at home,
There
then
she
I
goes.
win.
I'm also going to say this, and she's going to hate this. I actually think the under's the play.
I know. I think the unders play too.
I think the Eagles defense, Jalen Carter, hopefully doesn't hawk Tua on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, first
that-
6 seconds of the season.
Not even that, because Dak's been on him first. But
Oh,
not
no,
even
we're
that.
not doing
if,
this.
If that ever happened to the Chiefs, to where the game you got suspended in counted towards your suspension, all hell would break loose.
So I want to say something about this. Jalen Carter didn't get suspended, right? Like you just said, because that was his
Right,
one
he
game.
missed the whole game.
Rasheed Rice,
I know.
which we are not saying what Rasheed Rice did was good. It was not good what he did in there.
Not good, but not nearly as bad as what a lot of people do.
Rasheed Rice,
Well, worse than what Jalen Carter did.
definitely worse than what Jalen
But
Carter.
who's the Minnesota Vikings player that did the same thing? Not
He
a
got
3
4
game
games
suspension.
or 3. Yeah, Jordan
Yeah,
Addison. Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if Jalen Carter's not going to get suspended because that game was his suspension, Rasheed Rice
Missed a whole season.
like NFL, the sports gods, the football gods, the
Yeah.
NFL gods were like, okay, you did something horrible, which again, he did something horrible. You can agree with that. We can all agree with that. And then Patrick Mahomes, his own quarterback, took his knee out. He should have.
Yeah. No,
it's
that's
it's
what
absurd.
we said before we even saw this Jalen Carter. We didn't even know this was a legitimate thing that you could use. We
Yeah.
were like, well, Rasheed already missed a whole season. Why couldn't we just count that as his suspension? Joking, thinking there would be no way you would ever actually count missing a game as part of a suspension.
Yeah.
And then the NFL does it for the Eagles. And if we're going to get on this topic, Jalen Carter probably should be in jail. Probably shouldn't even be playing in the NFL. And then he killed somebody, no?
No, he not. He was
In
in a
the
high.
car
No,
that
no,
killed
no.
somebody.
He was in a high-speed chase. The other car crashed. I believe that's what it is. You fact check us later. Tweet at us. Whatever.
Worse than Rasheed.
Definitely at least even with.
At least with Rasheed, and again, we don't condone any of this. At least with Rasheed, he maybe got lucky and got out of trouble. But with Jalen Carter, you end up in a situation where people died. Probably shouldn't even be playing in the NFL, and now he gets to have serve his suspension for spitting on somebody during the game that he missed.
Okay, so a couple things. Dak spit first.
I agree. You know what? And as I'm talking myself through this, definitely hammer Chiefs money line because this is all rigged.
Okay, she's in. She's all in. Chiefs money line. I have Chiefs money line and plus 1.5. So we each have 4 bets. And I also. Do you have the under too? She hates betting unders.
I don't bet the under because I like football. I like sports. I like fun. I like to have fun. So I don't like to bet the under. I will say again, back to Nagy, Chiefs can't score any points. So I would probably agree with you. I think it's going to be a way worse game than people are anticipating.
You are recommending the under, but you're not.
I'm not going to take it.
You're not officially betting it. All right.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
recommend the under.
So we each have. I have 3 picks. I have Chiefs money line, Chiefs plus 1.5, and the Chiefs Eagles under, and it's 46.5. And B.
Chiefs money line.
And Chiefs plus 1.5.
Yeah.
All right. So that's how we're doing this, and that's not how every other sports show does it. But fuck it, that's how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Who cares, right? All right.
And probably a Blake Gray touchdown.
No, Gray.
Yep. Fuck.
You were thinking. We'll edit that. No, I'm leaving this in.
No.
Next game we're going to talk about, I'm a dealer's choice. Bucks Texans or Falcons Vikings?
Bucks Texans.
All right, Bucks Texans. It's in Houston. Texans are -2.5. Over under is 42.5. I'm going to start this time. You started last time.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I love the Bucs. I think the Bucs, depending on how Baker plays, you know, if you look at Baker's playoff numbers, his win-loss, I think he's like 1-2, but his playoff stats are really, really good. And they have a good receiving core. I hate Emeka Egbuka from college, but he was really good last week. I think he's going to be a really, really good receiver. I think the Texans are on the downfall. Like, I think CJ might have caught up to him. I don't know about the defense, and I'm still going to take Texans -2.5. And here's why. This is a Vegas play. You all know this. I don't need to tell you all this, and you know this as well. This is like the Buccaneers should be -2.5, even in Houston. That's what this is telling you. This doesn't make sense. If you go through it blindly, you'd be like, oh, Bucs are probably about a 3-point favorite. This doesn't make sense to me. And that is why I'm taking the Texans -2.5.
So this is a big thing that we get into because Connor tells me this all the time. Vegas is tricking you. This is Vegas, whatever. I'm torn on this game because last year, like everybody else, I was the biggest CJ Stroud truther. I am the biggest Baker truther of all time. I made so much money on the game that he went to the Rams and was and was there for like 2 days. I hammered the Rams to win that because I never lost faith of Baker Mayfield. Some would say we're a little bit like Baker Mayfield, but not very good at sports. So we love Baker Mayfield a little, you know.
Well, no, I'm not good at sports, and I'm nothing like Baker Mayfield.
A little.
Well, I'm cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
This one's tough for me. I don't know if Vegas is tricking you. I think the reason the Texans are favorited is because obviously, one, they're at home. I think that makes a huge difference. Two, I agree with you. I think that CJ hit his peak and that he's on the downfall and that
again, I hate Ohio State, so it's a little biased.
However, last season, I would have told you that they were going to sneak into the playoffs. I think CJ Stroud
they did make the playoffs.
Well, cut that.
Well, no, that's fine.
We played them in the playoffs.
Yeah, we played. We were at the game.
Okay, this season when you gave me the teams, I told you that you were going to make the playoffs. So I'm kind of a CJ. My heart tells me I want to take Baker.
Okay.
I love Baker.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is legal for the podcast because, again, I don't know if I can bet against Baker.
You have to do what you have to do.
I think the Texans are going to win.
Are they going to cover?
2.5. Just because Vegas is stupid Vegas, they're probably going to win by 2.
Okay, so are you on the Bucs or are you on the Texans? Give a definitive pick. This is the issue. She wants to just bet money lines either way.
Yeah, I do. So this is what I'll do. Let me just tell people, because this podcast is also for the girls that don't know how to bet, and they're not just crazy boys that take all these crazy picks.
She calls me a DJ.
If I was going to do this, and this is maybe one for the girls. So if you're with your husband or your boyfriend or your fiance and you're watching the games.
Or your situation.
No, this is good. What I would do, and what I do a lot of times, is put $25 on 5 picks that are minus, or in this case, plus, but minus like 200 to win. So you don't want to take them to be minus 2.5 because you can't really trust Vegas. So pick a bunch of teams that you know are going to win, but it's going to be a close game, so they don't have huge odds, and just get like a plus or 20 to win 100 on 4 games that are close. So I a lot of times do pick the team. So if they're, let's say they're minus 210 to win, and what is the equivalent spread of that? Like around that 2.5, 3.5. I don't trust spreads. So a lot of times I'll just parlay the teams that I'm going to pick to win. However, I don't know how this matters for the game. I'm going to go Texans even though I want Bucs.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take 2.5.
Can I try to persuade you to be confident in the Texans pick?
No,
because
I love Baker.
Can I just think about this for a second? So typically, home field advantage is worth 3 points, right? So that's typically what it is. It's like 3.5 points. So this was in Tampa. The Bucs would only be minus 1.5. If you saw Baker Mayfield,
I would hammer.
And guess what? That would mean you should pick the Texans. That's exactly what that means. It makes no sense.
That makes it worse for me because I would hammer the Bucs.
Exactly.
At home and they were only.
Are you switching your pick?
No.
Switching your pick?
No.
Okay.
I don't follow traditional rules. We were in the casino and
it's
people.
Our first episode. We've agreed on the first 2 games.
Yeah, but I don't listen to the rules. This is another thing. In the casino, people are trying to help me and tell me what to do. Sometimes you just gotta play the game.
No.
You just have to use. I understand that you're supposed to whatever. Just play with your heart a little bit. Make some picks. If you're looking at your cards, just do what you feel. Sometimes you have to be smarter than what I would like. Of course, I'm not going to hit every time, but sometimes maybe I should hit, and I'm just going to hope for a bust. So that's what your logic just confused me.
That's a great point.
I get what you're saying. I want the Bucks. I'm feeling the Texans.
Honestly, we're going back to our Chiefs fandom here. What she is saying is what we kind of wish Pat would get a little more back to. Pat being Pat Mahomes is sometimes he just always hits the check down. When once in a while, throw it up, let a guy go make a play. Go make a play, baby.
Or maybe just hit the check down sometimes at the casino and hope that the defense misses some tackles.
And hope that he misses some
You
tackles. You never know.
You gotta go for
You
it,
never know. All right. Last game. This is our first episode. We're gonna iron some things out. But this is the first episode. We're literally, you guys are up on the Skinny Turtle Box right now on a cell phone. So this is
no free ads. If Turtle Box wants to sponsor us, my family, us, are the biggest Turtle Box sponsors in America. We have put everybody on Turtle Box. So.
And if any other speaker company wants to sponsor us, I will drop Turtle Box immediately. So
I won't Turtle Box.
Whoa. Let's see.
Keep it going.
Let's see how
Turtle Box
let's see
sponsor.
what happens, huh? All right. Last game. You can have. I'm gonna give you 3 games: Lions, Bears, Panthers, Cardinals, Falcons, Vikings, Raiders, Chargers.
Well, I have to tell a quick Cardinals story. So.
Oh, God.
Connor was on his bachelor party at Lake of the Ozarks, if anybody knows what that is. I was home alone watching the first Chiefs preseason game, and they were playing the Cardinals. So Kyler Murray played the first drive, or first quarter, I think, but he threw the worst pick I've ever seen. And immediately, I went on to FanDuel and placed a bet for their under for the season. So no matter what I think about the Cardinals, I'm rooting for them to lose the entire season. Based on one preseason play, I'm all in on the Cardinals. I think it was under 6.5 wins. Does that feel right?
6.5 or 7.5. I don't have that pulled up right now.
I think it was under
Something
6.5 wins. So I hammered the Cardinals under wins. Do I think they're going to beat the Panthers? Likely.
Okay, so I have a question for you. We're not going money line here. Cardinals are -7.5 at home against the Panthers. Bryce Young looked horrible.
Yeah, probably Panthers plus 7.5.
You think that's the play?
I don't think the Cardinals.
This is not one of the games we're talking about, by the way. This is just sidebar combos.
Okay, so this is another unfortunate part. This first podcast we're doing a little blindly because we didn't watch any football.
We got married.
This weekend.
Okay,
yeah,
sue us.
We got married.
What do you want us to do?
It's literally the only thing in the world that could have kept us away from sports this
That's
weekend.
it. Thank God it did.
But it did.
Thank God.
So I'm a little blind on how both teams looked. Again, I'm going off the Cardinals off of a preseason game. I guess blindly I'll pick the Panthers to cover that.
Okay. That's not an official pick by her. That's just kind of a side one. That's not part we're doing.
Yeah, I'd probably avoid that game.
We are picking 3 games that we really the 3 biggest games we're going to give our opinions on, and then maybe we'll throw in a couple other things. Eventually we'll also talk college football, but that's not one of her official picks. This is also not one of mine unless it hits. Xavier Legette, Marvin Harrison Jr. both to score a touchdown. Book it. That's my player prop anytime touchdown scorer that game.
I like it. We're also big and not smart bets.
No. We are bad.
We're big anytime touchdown scorers.
Guys, we are.
I love to live bet a touchdown score and never hits.
Everything Brooke says, like for blackjack, I try to follow basic strategy. I keep it simple. I do basically what the little card would say. Sports gambling, neither of us are like that. We are the exact what you're not supposed to do gambling. And guess what, though? It's way more fun that way. I would rather... And
we're not that bad. Sometimes the way to win money, live bets.
And the way to win money is accidentally betting a team that's plus 2,100 to win a game.
Oh, yeah. This
more
this
on that
is
later.
Good, yeah,
we'll do story time at the end.
All right, story time at the end.
All right, B, this is our last game we're actually going to talk about, and we're going to bet and pick, etc. And you have to pick one of these. Jags, Bengals, Bears, Lions, Falcons, Vikings.
What are the Lions for them?
Vikings are -3.5.
Against the Falcons?
Yep. Lions are -6.5, and Bengals are -3.5 against the Jags. You pick.
All those games suck. So I want to pick the Lions.
Okay.
But no. That's not what I'm picking.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
talking from
Talk
my
to me.
I want to pick the Lions. Ooh, but Ben Johnson's back versus the Lions.
How many trick plays does he run? Is there an
But
over?
I just bet the Bears against the Vikings and they lost. So that's what happens when you bet the Bears. You just never win. The Lions look like dog shit.
They look bad.
They look bad.
They look bad.
Maybe Ben Johnson was what made them good this entire time.
But maybe Ben
Jared
Johnson. Maybe the Packers are just really good.
Not
though.
that good.
Maybe the Packers are just
Probably
really
not that good. He's also okay. When we first started dating,
No, this is blasphemy.
no, this is a true story. So when we first started dating, obviously we lived in Kansas City. Everybody's big Chiefs fans. When we first started dating, on our first date, he told me that he's a bigger Lions fan than he is a Chiefs fan. So keep that in mind during this podcast.
That is not what.
So you're
No.
gonna take the Lions.
I'm not.
That's
I'm
my
not
game.
betting that.
Not my
game.
game.
Not-
Not my game.
So again, we just talked about another
The
game.
next game.
First of all, I want to address this. My family was originally from Detroit, my dad. So when I lived in Kansas City, I did not say bigger.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
Okay, ignore her. I was split. But I was split with 0-16 Lions and Tyler Thigpen Chiefs. Now that they're both good,
They were good when you told me this stuff.
No. Lions just got good like 2 years ago.
Okay.
We've been together almost 5.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, next game.
Which one do you want?
What are my other two?
You got Jags, Bengals,
Yeah,
or
Bengals.
Vikings, Falcons?
It's at the Bengals.
Yep, -3.5.
Cool, they're gonna win by 3. So this is one of the ones I was surrounded with part of the other teams that are for sure gonna win. So what's the money line?
Money line is so Jacksonville is +150. The Bengals are -175.
Yeah, so I'm 100% gonna hammer the money line because I don't trust Vegas. I think the Jags are probably gonna cover. Bengals are gonna win. I'm probably gonna live bet the Bengals when they're inevitably down. I'll take, for the sake of this, I'll take the Bengals for both. I think they still suck. They're the same as last year. The Jags suck. And Joe Burrow's good. I'll take the Bengals.
Give me the Jags. Money line and +3.5. I hate Joe Burrow. I hate Jamar Chase. They're both fucking losers. Trevor Lawrence, had to go through Urban Meyer, and then he got a decent coach, Doug Peterson, and then he got hurt. So everyone thinks Trevor Lawrence sucks. He was hurt for so long and played through injury, which sometimes we reward, like when Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl on a sprained ankle. And then other times and everyone else wants to discredit it, like that's why Baker's not on the Browns. That's why everyone is shitting on Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is he's not a better quarterback than Joe Burrow. I'm not going to say that.
You almost
I almost
did.
did.
You almost said it.
By the end of this year, Trevor Lawrence will be in an argument with Joe Burrow. How's that? I'm not saying he's going to be better. He's going to be in the argument.
That's an awful.
And you know what? Also, I'm going to add this. Even though I also took the Texans -2.5, Jags to win the AFC South. Put it right here. We're booking. That's a future.
And that's why our podcast is never going to blow up because that is the worst take I've ever heard.
She's going to be so mad. She's going to be so
I don't.
Why are you a Trevor Lawrence hater? We saw him in Arrowhead almost beat the Chiefs. Here's the issue. She thinks Joe Burrow's hot. And this is actually my best take. Guys, look at me. I'm not some good-looking hunk, okay? I'm not a good-looking guy. I'm not, hideous. Look at my beautiful wife. Like, I can't be hideous. If Joe Burrow was not the Heisman Trophy winner, LSU national champion quarterback that came in and has been an MVP candidate since his second year, I'm a better looking person than Joe Burrow. He is ugly. He has the stupid blonde hair. You saw him on quarterback.
The blonde hair is bad.
You saw him on quarterback. He's a weirdo. Joe Burrow, I'm out on. I've always been out on. I'm also a Chiefs fan, and then I watched quarterback, and it just solidified everything else I felt.
I think that's a perfectly fine take. I think to say that Trevor Lawrence was going to be as good as Joe Burrow.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
You almost said it though. You tried to say it.
No,
because
I did not say it.
Joe Burrow had the best season of anybody last year. His team just sucks. He is a good quarterback. The Bengals still suck. That's why I'm not sold on them. Here's the problem in our newly marriage. We actually clash our bets almost every single time we bet, so we just wash.
Yeah.
Our whole relationship.
And now our bank accounts are the same. This is unbelievable.
So we're literally just gonna wash all of our bets. So my sports betting story of why I'm still addicted and still chasing this, even though I haven't hit anything even remotely near this since I got it, is so this is Labor Day weekend 2 years ago. Labor Day weekend 1 year ago, we got engaged, which comes after a good 4th of July not getting engaged story, which we can tell on another podcast. But Labor Day weekend 2 years ago, I had a 10-leg parlay plus 142,914. So 10 to win $14,000.
We'll post the pictures in the video.
Yeah, I have the proof.
We have the screenshot.
I have the proof. So this is like the beginning of my sports betting days, which is why it got me hooked. So I placed this bet, and then we had all of my friends come down to the lake that Labor Day. So I placed this bet and just go out to the lake, don't watch a single game, don't care.
You also can't sports gamble in Arkansas.
So I have a lake house in Arkansas, Beaver Lake, plug there. Don't plug there, don't go there. We like that.
We like it small.
We like it small. So I placed this bet in Kansas, go down to Arkansas for the weekend, and just hang out with my friends, don't pay any attention to the game. All of a sudden, my bets start hitting. Well, Connor had already given me the whole don't trust Vegas, so I was moving lines half a point, so that way Vegas couldn't get me. So I have UConn plus 14.5
hit
versus NC State
hit.
Nebraska plus 7 at Minnesota hit, which was crazy to take Nebraska in a parlay, by the way. Michigan State minus 6.5 versus Central Michigan. Don't know why that was such a small line, but hit. Miami, Florida minus 20.5 against Miami of Ohio. Hit. Over 48.5 total match points, Louisville, Georgia Tech.
Hit.
This is my big one. This is plus 720, so this is where I got all my juice from. Colorado money line at TCU. And here's another story time. So I'm a big Riff Ram fan. My brother went to TCU. Connor's a big Michigan guy. Connor's first ever Michigan game we went to the TCU Michigan semifinal game in Scottsdale over New Year's Eve. Biggest dick Connor's ever been to me and my family. After the game, he wouldn't talk to anybody. It was New Year's Eve in Arizona. We didn't go out that night. We just went to bed. Anyways, follow up that very next season, I'm a big Colorado truther. I'm a big Deion Sanders truther. So I got the plus 720 Colorado money line. West Virginia plus 28.5 against Penn State. They lost by 23. North Carolina money line against South Carolina. And then over 55.5 total points, LSU at Florida State.
All those hit.
So all those hit. Then, and this is where you shouldn't listen to my sports betting advice, I randomly put Bowling Green in this parlay. Every other game, I had moved half a point because I didn't trust Vegas. This was my last leg of my parlay. I don't move this game, half a point. I take Bowling Green plus 9.5 versus Liberty, and they lost by 10. And that cost me my 10 to win 14,000 parlay. So now when I think about this, I still can't get over it. Like, it still truly hurts. I've been chasing this. I thought I could just hit this again. I'll never hit this again in my life. So, fuck you, Bowling Green.
You might.
This is the only game I didn't move half a point, and they lost by 10 instead of 9.5. So that is why you don't trust Vegas, and that is my advice. Okay, welcome back to Betterhalfbets. We had to take a break last night because we had a dinner on the beach for our honeymoon. So we didn't get to finish our NFL slate, and we didn't get to talk about any college football. So we had to take a little break, but we're back this morning for a little bit more bets.
Yes, we are. Also, Brooke reviewed the slate a little closer, and she came up with her new lock of the week.
I have my new lock of the week. We were letting him lead yesterday and pick the bets for us, and I missed out on so many games on the slate. So wait, where? Okay, my new lock of the week is the Steelers -3 at home versus the Seahawks. We did get to watch some of the Steelers game last week, and they looked good. Aaron Rodgers looked good. So at home, and maybe this is one of the plays Connor tell me Vegas is tricking me, because Seahawks not so good, Steelers look good, but my new lock of the week is the Steelers -3 at home versus Seahawks.
And DK Metcalf revenge game.
And DK Metcalf revenge game.
Anytime touchdown.
Anytime touchdown.
Book
DK Metcalf.
Love that.
So that's my new lock of the week. My best for college football. Today is Friday, so there's a few games tonight. These are horrible bets. I placed this parlay before I left the United States, before we came down here. If I were the viewers, I would fade me entirely on this parlay. A lot of my college football parlays, I just bet with my heart. So I parlayed Colorado money line. So they're +5.5 at Houston. I know nothing about Houston football, but like I said yesterday, I'm a huge Colorado football truther. I'm a Deion Sanders truther. I love that he benched his 5-star quarterback for some third string. I love the vibes there. So actually, I didn't know any of that before I placed this parlay. But a Colorado money line, and this is a bad pick. K-State money line at Arizona. Parlayed those two. I hate K-State. I'm a KU fan. I love to see their downfall. I would love for them to lose tonight. I feel like they can't be as bad as they are so far. The 1 and 2 start. Avery Johnson doesn't look very good. I have no idea how good Arizona is. Probably both of those teams are going to lose, but I parlayed both of them money line. So trail me if you want. If you're smart, fade me.
I actually really like the K-State pick, because
okay.
K-State is never as bad. Like they might not ever be great, but there's no way they're ever this bad.
Bad.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I totally agree. The other one, your Colorado one. The issue is Houston's coach is Willie Fritz, and he is really, really good.
From Tulane?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure about that one, but you bet with your heart on that one.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know
I didn't know that.
We do no research, minimal research. It's
I would have to find the pick, but I definitely hammered Tulane. Tulane plays Duke this week, and I hammered Tulane. I have no knowledge that their coach left to go to Houston. I thought they were still really good, same coach. So I hammered Tulane.
Tulane still is really good. They
Okay.
have BYU's quarterback, because now they're Tulane.
Okay.
And he's still really, really good. So I like the Tulane pick. That's a great pick.
Okay, so I hammered Tulane in a separate parlay, not knowing this information. So it might be a bad pick, but Colorado K-State parlay money line.
Love it. Another game I want to talk to you about is USF versus Miami. So USF beat the crap out of Boise the first week, and then they came back and beat Florida as, I think they were like a 17.5 point dog. They play Miami. I think the line's right around 17.5, 18.5 again. So I think this could go one of two ways. USF is either actually good and they win outright again, or a 3-game stretch like this and Miami just beats the crap out of them. Which way do you think?
So you're saying money line?
I'm saying money line or Miami spread.
17.5?
Nothing in between.
I like USF money line. If I'm given I bet them +17.5.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take the money line. I took the
Well,
spread.
You love +17.
So I love +17.5. I get what you're saying, and I've seen multiple people take the take that Miami's going to beat the brakes off of them. Miami did look pretty good against Notre Dame. I don't love Beck. I don't love Miami. I have to go with the underdog. I kind of like your take, but I bet the spread.
All right.
But we can take money line for the hell of it. But I took the spread.
No, spread's good there.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Miami -17.5.
Okay.
I think, this is a picks competition.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I think Carson Beck is actually good. I think last year at Georgia, he was hurt. They were led Power 5 conference or Power 4 conferences in drops. I think Georgia kind of used him as a scapegoat because maybe Kirby's on the downfall. Who knows?
No.
But I like Miami -17.5.
All right, so we're split on that one again. So our money's just gonna wash.
Just wash, this is a picks competition. That's what matters to the people. There are 2 more games. I'll let you pick which one you want to talk about. We have A&M Notre Dame, and then we're going to talk about, I believe it's Georgia Tennessee. So those are the 2 next games I would kind of like to talk about.
Would you kind of?
Okay. See, my father-in-law, her dad. Apparently, I use a lot of filler words. So anytime she'll say kind of, or like if I say it, or actually is my worst one. So it's helping me grow as a person.
Now, if we get any viewers, people are going to be on my ass anytime I use a filler word. But we're kind of going to talk about some picks, but we're not kind of going to do, we're actually going to talk about some picks. What are the games? Notre Dame, A&M. Again, all of my picks are just with my heart. I like Notre Dame. I would say I'm a Notre Dame fan. Not like I'm a KU fan or like he's a Michigan fan, but because I'm a KU fan, I don't have a college football team. I like Notre Dame. I love Marcus Freeman. Who doesn't love Marcus Freeman? Talk about people we think are hot. Marcus Freeman's way hotter than Joey B.
Good
take.
Know how I feel about Joey B.
Good take.
And you know my Marcus Freeman. Hey,
go ahead.
So as a Michigan fan, growing up, I hated Notre Dame. So Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame, I want to hate them. Like I truly do. But one man should not be allowed to play collegiate football, I believe, at Ohio State. He's now the head coach as a young guy at Notre Dame. He seems like just the best dude, the way everyone talks about him, his players, like the parents of players, and he's a good-looking guy. So he's not, I should hate him. He's not supposed to be able to have all that total package. And I also like Notre Dame. I think Miami, I just took them the last game. I think Miami's actually really good. And Notre Dame losing to them, it was weird. They just didn't give Jeremiah Love the ball. So hopefully... That was weird. Right?
And did anything come out about that? When he wasn't injured, he wasn't...
No, and every time he gets the ball, even if it goes for 3 yards, it's the most electric play of all time because he just jumps over people. So he just keeps jumping and hurtling, and so I think Jeremiah Love's going to have a big game. Texas A&M is a classic. Honestly, what people think of Miami, where they're, always supposed to be good but never actually are, I think that's Texas A&M this year. I see them winning 7-8 games maybe. I don't believe in the quarterback, Marcel Reed. So
I think Notre Dame's quarterback looked good.
He did look good.
He looked up for the measure when he was playing Miami. The only tricky part of this game, I think Notre Dame's going to win. The tricky part is, are they going to win by a touchdown? The spread is 6.5 points. I feel like historically Notre Dame would be a good defensive team, lower scoring. This game could be close whether they win or not. I thought their quarterback looked good enough that they might be balling this year. Jeremiah Love could be balling this year. I thought that was weird. We haven't seen him play since, so maybe there was something. They kept it down low because there wasn't a game the next week. I don't know. It's just, are they going to win by a touchdown? Mm-hmm. I still take them -6.5.
I also take
but that would be the only thing. It could be a lower scoring game, hit the under, not a lot of points. But we're going to take, we're not actually going to take the over, but we're going to take Notre Dame -6.5.
Yeah. Look at that.
We agree on a pick. We agree on a pick.
Yep. We love that.
Yep.
Last game, Tennessee, Georgia. Joey Aguilar, the new quarterback at Tennessee, looked really, really good. Again, it was Syracuse, but he looked really good, way better than Nico. I'm sure Tennessee fans and everyone's happy Nico is gone. I just said Georgia, maybe Kirby's kind of on the downward slope. I still believe that, but Georgia owns Tennessee. I'm taking Georgia.
I hope Tennessee wins. I hope that they can have this great season after losing Nico. Fuck that guy. We don't need him. I hope that they win. I hope they continue to go on around the season. I would much rather see Tennessee win. Home field advantage can always get you an upset in a game like this. I think Georgia wins. What's the spread though? 4.5?
Is it 4.5?
So that's tough because they could win by a field goal.
Yep.
Let me double check that spread.
No matter what, I'm going to take Georgia spread. I think this is kind of, you always just bet Nick Saban no matter what.
It's -4.
It's -4. Love that. taking them -4. It's Kirby Smart. That's all we have to say. They're Georgia. You look through the NFL, they have 100 players, so he still just has 100 NFL players on his current roster. That's it. That's the only reason we can have to do that. Kirby Smart.
I agree with the pick. I will probably buy a point and take Georgia -3 because we don't trust Vegas. So I will take buying some points, not an official pick if you buy points, but I will most likely buy some points and take Georgia -3 regardless. We take Georgia. We don't think Tennessee's going to pull off the upset. If they do, I will be happy. I'd rather lose money and see Georgia lose and see Tennessee have a good season.
Yeah.
Inevitably, Georgia's still going to win.
Yeah.
That's not our last pick, though. Hammering back one more point, I think Tulane money line, or what are they, -1.5 at home versus Duke is my lock of the week.
All right, so your NFL lock of the week, Steelers -3.
Yep.
Your college lock of the week,
Yep.
Tulane +1.5 or -1.5?
Money line.
Money line?
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. Two teams I don't know anything about. Didn't even know Tulane's coach was gone. So these are blind lock of the weeks, not teams that I root for by any means. I'm feeling good about it.
Their current coach is kind of the pick to like make the jump to the next Power 5. So he's he's been there last like 2 or 3 years. So he's kind of the next up and coming guy. My NFL lock of the week is going to be Chiefs money line. Just in your head, picture Chiefs with 0-2 next to their name. I think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes off of a loss are 21-4 straight up. So they're dogs. They don't lose two games in a row very often, and they're at home. Arrowhead's going to be rocking. So that's my NFL lock of the week. My college lock of the week, I really, really think Miami is just good. And I think USF, so the thing about USF is they can lose this game, and depending on what Tulane does, if Boise bounces back, whatever happens, USF can lose this game and still be the favorite to make the playoff out of the group of 5 schools. So even if they lose this, I still think USF's really good. Miami might be a top 5 team in the country.
So your lock is going to be a 18-point win.
-17.5 Miami and Chiefs money line.
Bold.
You got anything else?
Be careful if you trail that. That might not be the biggest lock ever. But I don't have anything else. We'll get you some casino footage as we continue to gamble our way through our honeymoon. Hopefully these bets hit. They might not. So take them with a grain of salt. We'll lock back in when we get back to the States. Maybe provide some more, analyzed bets. These ones we're kind of just shooting for the hip while we're on our honeymoon. Our new sponsor today is White Monster. We're still looking for NIL deals. We're normally Celsius goers, but we've been getting fueled off of White Monsters and espresso martinis. So tune back in next week. We're hoping to get a few followers, get you some casino footage, maybe provide a few live bet updates as we go through Aruba. But do you have anything to say?
No, that's it. Only thing, every episode from now on won't be this choppy. Again, we're doing this off a phone in a turtle box. So episode 2, please turn in. But that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right.
This is Betterhalfbets.
Episode 1. Let's go. Thanks, everyone.